Kids jokes. Mum, can I dress a bra? No. Why not? I am 14 years old. How many times I will say? You know, Michael. Alcohol jokes. A guy goes into a bar and sits down next to a guy who's obviously been drinking for a while. The drunk gets up from his stool to go to the bathroom and falls down 3 times. The guy says to himself, I'll help this guy get home safely, and helps him out to his car. The guy falls down 5 more times. He drives him up to the address on his license, takes him up to the door. The guy falls down 8 times. On the way and rings the bell. A lady answers the door and says, oh how nice. You brought home Harry. But what did you do with his wheelchair? Jokes about women. 2 girls meet, me and my husband are no longer together. Why? Well, could you live with a person who smokes weed, drinks, has no job and always cusses? No, of course I couldn't. Well, he couldn't either. Money jokes. Once there was a bartender who claimed he was the strongest man on earth. He could squeeze every drop of juice out of a lemon, and he bet $10,000 that no one could squeeze any more out of a lemon he has squeezed. People came in from all over the country, bodybuilders, weightlifters, wrestlers, or anyone that wanted to try. But no one could squeeze any more juice out of the lemons. Then, one day a little nerdy-looking guy walks in and everyone laughs at him when they hear he is there to try to squeeze a lemon. So the bartender squeezes a lemon into a cup and hands him what is left over. Then the guy squeezes out 6 more drops of juice, and everyone is amazed. What do you do for a living? They would ask. Are you a weightlifter, a bodybuilder? No, he replied. I work for the IRS. Dirty jokes. Sandy and John were an extremely liberal, though not especially bright, white couple. Wanting to begin a family, they decided they wanted to have a black baby, and set to work. 9 months later, the fruits of their labor was born, a lovely white girl. Pleased but disappointed, John decided to ask a black man at work why they hadn't parented a black baby. Realizing that John was somewhat sluggish, the fellow took him aside and asked, is your D*ck at least a foot long? John had to admit that it was not. And is it at least 4 inches wide? Once more John replied in the negative. Well, man, there's your problem. The guy slapped him on the back. You let in too much light. Jokes about women. The Queen of England was showing the Archbishop of Canterbury around the royal stables when one of the stallions close by farted so loudly it couldn't Euro trademark TB ignored. Oh dear, said the Queen, how embarrassing. I Euro trademark am frightfully sorry about that. ETA Euro trademark s quite understandable, said the Archbishop, and after a moment added, as a matter of fact I thought it was the horse. Blonde jokes. The blonde walks into a drugstore and asks the pharmacist for some bottom deodorant. The pharmacist, a little bemused, explains to the woman that they don't sell anything called bottom deodorant, and never have. Unfazed, the blonde assures him that she has been buying the stuff from this store on a regular basis, and would like some more. I'm sorry, says the pharmacist, we don't have any. But I always get it here, says the blonde. Do you have the container it comes in? Yes, says the blonde, I will go and get it. She returns with the container and hands it to the pharmacist, who looks at it and says to her, this is just a normal stick of underarm deodorant. The annoyed blonde snatches the container back and reads out loud from the container, to apply, push up bottom. Chuck Norris jokes. What's the last thing that goes through your mind when you fight Chuck Norris? His foot. Blonde jokes. What is the best blonde secretary in the world to have? One that never misses a period. Dirty jokes. Little Johnny comes down to breakfast. Since they live on a farm, his mother asks if he had done his chores. Not yet, said little Johnny. His mother tells him no breakfast until he does his chores. Well, he's a little pissed off, so he goes to feed the chickens, and he kicks a chicken. He goes to feed the cows, and he kicks a cow. He goes to feed the pigs and he kicks a pig. He goes back in for breakfast and his mother gives him a bowl of dry cereal. How come I don't get any eggs and bacon? Why don't I have any milk in my cereal? He asks. Well, his mother says, I saw you kick a chicken, so you don't get any eggs for a week. I saw you kick the pig, so you don't get any bacon for a week either. I also saw you kick the cow, so for a week you aren't getting any milk. Just then, his father comes down for breakfast and kicks the cat halfway across the kitchen. Little Johnny looks up at his mother with a smile, and says, Are you going to tell him, or should I?